Hello, welcome back to our session for this week. This is our second lesson. Alright, so our topic for today it's about respiratory system. This is one of the system in our human body. Alright, so before that, I'm going to share to you a screen so that you can follow the things that I'm saying. Alright, so that is our slide. Alright, is it clear now? If it is clear, then we could start up. Can you see it? Alright, it may take a bit longer, but it's starting. Alright, so respiratory system. So what is the system doing in our body? Alright, so this system, it has a major structures, which is the lungs. Alright, so if you can take or if you can look on the right side, we have lungs in here. We've got two lungs, and then the respiratory system starts with our nose, and also air is coming in into our mouth as well, and then going down to the trachea, and of course our bronchi in here connected to our lungs. So what is the functions of this system? It says it moves air into, which is the oxygen, and the air that is coming out of the lungs, that is the carbon dioxide. Now this system is also a system that controls gas exchange between blood and lungs. Alright, to continue, we have our Alright, so we have here a picture, the respiratory system. So this is a clearer version of the first one. Alright, so in the respiratory system, it links to the circulatory system. So in the previous lesson that we have, all the system in our body, they work together as one to give us a healthy body. So now, respiratory and circulatory, they link together to provide cells with oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. Now again, this is the nose. The air is coming in here. Alright, going through the trachea and connected with our bronchus, and then the smaller version of that are bronchioles, okay, and then we've got two lungs in there. Now if you can see, the bronchi branch to the air sacs known as the alveoli. If you see this it looks like a grape-like thing. This is we called it is alveoli, okay, where the gas exchange, alveoli, alveoli. Alright, so the next one we'll be talking about how this gas exchange in our lungs. Okay, so this one, the gas exchange in the lungs occurs through the process of diffusion. So what is that? So if you can see the picture in the lower part, there is a high concentration of oxygen. Alright, it moves out of the lungs. Okay, it's here. And then the purpose of that is that it's going to our blood, into the blood to balance concentration. And then we have also the carbon dioxide or CO2. That's the opposite thing. It moves from the blood to the lungs. Okay, next one. Alright, so we will be having a activity also. There's is like taking in the oxygen and then taking out the carbon dioxide. So if you can see, our diaphragm will work in different ways as we breathe in and breathe out. So the lungs are only air sacs. In order for them to move, they must work together with a muscle known as the diaphragm. So if you can see in here on the left side, this is the blue color. This is the diaphragm. And then we have here our rib cage rises up. It goes up as we inhale. Inhale meaning taking in the oxygen in our body. Now as we do that, the diaphragm goes down, and then the rib cage rises. Now on the other side, okay, let's go back a little bit. Alright, so on the other side, we have here when we do exhale. Exhale meaning removing the carbon dioxide in our body. Okay, X meaning out. All right. So if you can see the air that is coming out, now when we exhale, look at the blue color. Now the diaphragm, this is the diaphragm. It goes up as we exhale. And then our rib cage do the opposite ways. It lowers. All right. So again, if you could see the difference, inhale, the diaphragm goes down. When we exhale, letting out the carbon dioxide, it goes up. And then the lower cage lowers down. All right. So I think that is breathing in and breathing out in the respiratory system. Now for us to know if you get some of the important thoughts or the topic, we will be doing our practice. Okay. So we have here inhalation. Inhale in meaning putting in the oxygen into our body. So it could be in our nose or it could be in our mouth. Alright, so I'll give you 1 second or two to think of it, and then from this, if you have a pen and paper with you, then you can just write right away the answer. Take in blank through the blank and blank. Okay, so let's see if you still remember the words. Okay, number 2, we have blank contracts and pulls. Contracts when the muscle is contracting. Okay. All right. So number 3. So you'll be supplying 2 words in here. Blank and blank. Expands. Expands meaning it is going bigger. All right. Produces a blank within the cavity. So what are those words? So this time there's no choices, but you have to remember it. So if you take note lately while I'm discussing to you, then maybe it could be a help. Okay. Number 4. Air is drawn into the blank. Air, it means the carbon dioxide, or it could be the oxygen. Alright, are you done? Okay, so let's see if you answered it correctly. Alright, so there you go. Take in air through the nose, and the mouth. Alright, so that's respiration. Okay, next, the diaphragm contracts and pulls down. Contracts and it pulls down. Alright, so the thoracic cavity expands, so it means it goes bigger and it produces a vacuum within the cavity. So I guess this number 3, I missed this out, so it would serve as a bonus, but of course this is an additional information. Alright, so if we are in the classroom, then maybe we could do some activity. Alright, doing it in the class. Alright, number 4, it's air is drawn into the lungs. Okay, so number 3, I could give you that as a bonus. So you'll be checking or getting the score from 1, 2, and 4. Alright, so there you have it. Okay, I think this is the last one. Exercise. Okay, so there is our lungs, trachea, alright, and this serves as the respiratory system. Okay, exhalation, X meaning out, removing out the what? What is that in our body? Diaphragm, blank, and moves a blank. So does the diaphragm goes up or it goes down? Alright, so number 2, thoracic cavity becomes blank. Number 3, air is blank out of the lungs. Out of, meaning it's going out from our body. So what air is that? Is it carbon dioxide or is it an oxygen? Okay, let's go. Alright, so there you go. Diaphragm, as we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and moves upward. When we release the air, okay, our diaphragm relaxes and it goes up. Thoracic cavity becomes narrow, meaning it is, how do you call it? It's a small passage, alright? Air is forced out of the lungs when we exhale, going out the carbon dioxide. Alright, so this is from the answers or from the lesson for today. So I hope it helps you. So if you have some time to review, then don't forget to look at your notes or review this video. Alright, so see ya. Bye. Okay, so there you have it.